Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2020 commencement ceremony of Bentonville West High School. My name is Emma Farini and I am the all-student body president of Bentonville West High School. Please welcome senior class president Pierce Guthrie, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Congratulations, graduates of 2020. You certainly have made history. No other West class has attended West for 4 years, taken their AP exams from their own recliner, or taken 32 days for their senior skip day. I can only imagine what life holds for you next. My life has been blessed by a love of running. Running's a metaphor for so much of what we encounter, isn't it? It's true when you hear that life's a marathon, not a sprint. But don't for a moment think you've reached the finish line today. This is a significant mile marker for sure, and we all know that you've celebrated some incredible scenery along the way. During your elementary years, the world was recovering from the recession. The World Health Organization declared the swine flu as a global pandemic, and President Barack Obama took the office, becoming our 44th president and the first African American to hold that office. You survived junior high. Better yet, your parents survived your teen years. Quite the accomplishment for the both of you. You saw the Chicago Cubs win the World Series and the Kansas City Chiefs the Super Bowl. And of course, you weathered another global pandemic with grace, grit, and better hygiene than any class before you. But that, my friends, was just the first leg of a glorious race. Sure, you've stumbled, and if you haven't yet, just wait, you will. And with reflection and a straightening of your stride, you will bow to the skies, be humbled, and better for it. There will be times in this race you will pass your fellow men and feel that runner's high. Don't forget to look back, to lend your hand to those who have also fallen along this marathon called life. They will be the very ones to high-five you as you cross that finish line. They say training is the opposite of hoping, and I believe this to be true. The discipline required to keep your eye on the prize, to study, perform, and achieve is just training for a successful life. Men and women were not designed to run this race alone, yet within each of us, we are given the voice, the wisdom, and the humanity to endure. No, to excel in this life, so that one day we crush that finish line with arms held wide and head held high, knowing we did, in fact, run the good race. Remember, everything you need is inside you, and for goodness sakes, don't forget to call your mom. I wish you endurance. I wish you glorious enlightenment. And when you fall, and you will, I pray you have another hand extended to pull you up. I wish you the deep love for others that makes this race worth running. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you very much. Dr. Jones, President White, Board of Education, parents, distinguished guests, and the Bentonville West High School class of 2020, welcome. Students, it is with great pride that we celebrate your achievements today. In addition to your outstanding academic, fine arts, and athletic accomplishments, you should be equally proud of the leadership you have shown to help Bentonville West High School become the institution it is today. As students who have been here since our school began, you have set the bar high for all future classes. Your choice to be involved and engaged in our brand new school resulted in a school community that is second to none. When people ask you, where did you go to high school? I hope that you answer proudly Bentonville West, knowing that you are integral in creating the culture we have here. That is exactly what you have done. As I was considering what remarks to make today, I started thinking about the first that we have experienced together, dating back to your junior high days. A few of you were part of a committee that helped design our Wolverine logo. Some of you attended the groundbreaking in 2014. Many of you attended the beam signing on a cold January day in 2016, and then the grand opening in July of that same year. The vast majority of you were part of our first day of school your freshman year. Do you remember that day? Our band played the fight song, our choir sang the alma mater, cheer and dance led us in cheers. Our whole school fit on one side of the gym. It was indeed a great day to be a Wolverine. I told you on that day that the next 4 years would go quickly. Do you believe me now? That first day was just the beginning. Since then, you have been part of every moment that created Bentonville West. Every first, you were there, involved and engaged. You built a culture of inclusiveness, achievement, excellence, and fun. You branched out of your comfort zone, tried new things. You joined clubs and you started others. You made friendships that will last a lifetime, and some of you even found the one. You cheered at games, danced at dances, performed concerts and plays, encouraged your quarantined friends, and yes, you studied and learned a little along the way as well. You prepared for your next step, earning admittance and scholarships to colleges and universities like Harvard, Pomona, Loyola, Tulane, NYU, Wake Forest, TCU, Texas, Ohio State, Hendrix, Notre Dame, Michigan, Northwestern, West Point, and yes, the University of Arkansas. Some of you are going directly to the workforce and you have already started your own businesses. The Bentonville West class of 2020 is indeed a force to be reckoned with, and we will be watching to see what you accomplish, and we look forward to celebrating those accomplishments with you. Wherever you are going and whatever you do, choose to be involved and engaged. You may be tired of hearing those words after our 4 years together, but I want to let you in on something. In addition to being successful here at Bentonville West, those 2 words will help you succeed for the rest of your life. To that end, commit yourselves to be involved and engaged in college, in the workforce, in your families, in your communities, churches, and civic groups, and in your local schools as you move into adulthood. You do this, and there is no telling the great things that you will accomplish. You have not gotten here alone. As you think back on your journey, remember those that have helped you along the way and be sure to thank them for their support. Your parents and guardians have supported you every step of the way. Your teachers at every level dedicated themselves to your academic achievement and development into quality young people. Staff members worked behind the scenes to make sure the school was running smoothly so you could learn. As you leave high school today and move on, be mindful of and thankful for those people who have helped you arrive at today's milestone. In closing, on behalf of the Bentonville West staff, I have just a couple more things to add. We are proud of you and we believe in you. We are excited to see and hear about your contributions to society. Please know that we are proud to call you Bentonville West High School graduates. As you leave high school today, do not forget to do work you can be proud of and always choose to have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Guthrie. I am so proud of us. We were given a barren school with no culture, no norms, no traditions. We set the foundation at BWHS, deciding what West would stand for. We built programs, we initiated traditions, and we shaped the name Wolverine. Despite all of the people telling us we couldn't, we did it anyways. Freshman year, August 16th, 2016, we walked into a brand new school and set out on a school-wide scavenger hunt. And now, 4 years later, we can look back with pride knowing as teenagers we led the way of West. We were the ones with strong shoulders, united by determination that broke down the walls and created a place to call our own. From the first senior sunrise to extreme bouncy house shenanigans to our last tailgate, we've shared an abundance of good memories together. We are a diverse class determined to create spaces for all rather than for all to fit into one. All of us have left our mark, and now we are connected in a way that no other graduating class will ever experience. We've shared memories that no other class will share. West has had its fair share first, and for that reason, we are driven to lead. COVID-19 changed the way our story ended, but there is no group who is more capable of overcoming adversity than the group sitting before me today. We were supposed to be the first class to graduate at Bud Walton Arena, but I think it's more fitting that instead we are graduating like this. We leave having set a standard that will define our legacy, a legacy that West will forever have. And most importantly, we no longer just have a building. Instead, 4 years ago, we decided we would never settle for anything less but this journey and this destination where we find ourselves today.
So, to the club initiators, the athletes, the fine arts leaders, the builders and farmers, the new Wolverines, the brains of robotics, the hallway roamers, and you in the back, the last to receive our diploma, we filled this building with all of those amazing people, with all of the amazing things people never thought we would be. We built this house. We are the Bentonville West class of 2020.
Hello, and thank you to everyone here today. It feels like it's been ages since the last time we've seen each other, so I'm extremely honored to be able to speak in front of the many classmates, staff, and parents who worked hard to forge this moment. 4 years ago, we entered this newly built home as young Wolverine Cubs, and now we leave it as a pack of adults venturing into an entirely new world. My underclassman self was personally intimidated by the labyrinth-like hallways and appropriately rowdy pep rallies that we all know and love. But now that we're all here in our shiny caps and gowns, I can only reminisce about the years that have gone by. If this recent crisis wasn't enough to remind you of the importance of making memories with one another, I doubt my words will do any better, but I will try my best. As a student on track to being valedictorian in Bentonville schools, it was easy for me to become focused on academic achievements. And although both are extremely important, the most crucial gift of our time at Bentonville West is not the piece of paper dictating our academic accomplishment, but rather the bonds and relationships we formed with one another. High school is more than just a place for educational development. It became the center of our social lives in our grind for maturity. These relationships will become the memories of BWHS that we hold dear, whether it be 4 years from now or 40. I came to this realization quite late in my high school life, but as anyone afflicted with senioritis knows, it's better late than never. Elon Musk, in his infinite wisdom, once said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." This quote might just be something to live by, especially now that we're closing this chapter of our lives. With that in mind, as I face the class of 2020, the group of students that I grew up beside, I can say with confidence that we will succeed. Whether swimming in a vast sea of textbooks, fighting back waves of debt, or simply going with the flow, I know that because of our buoyancy of spirit, we will treasure each moment to find success. Because as Wolverines, our spirit is unbreakable. Let's see where that spirit takes us. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Walking into Bentonville West High School for the first time 4 years ago felt like moving into a new house made just for us. I remember I passed the color-coded walls and entered the pack, immediately engulfed by dark blue spotlights, to find an auditorium full of people from across the state ready to celebrate the grand opening of our school. As the official tape was cut and the audience erupted in the applause, I was excited, but also a little confused. What's the big deal? Looking back, nobody could have explained just how big a deal it was, and I'm sure none of us realized how much we would miss seeing those blue spotlights and colorful walls every day. Flash forward 4 years, and here we are at the end of our high school journey. Congratulations! It was not easy getting here, and we couldn't have done it on our own. So thank you to the parents, family members, teachers, administrators, and mentors who have helped sacrifice so much for us. Now, 2020 is a special class. We're the first 4-year class to graduate from Bentonville West. We started as awkward freshmen walking the halls on the literal first day of school, and we eagerly took on the challenge to establish a culture at West, one that welcomed everyone. In fact, we were so welcoming that we had to be put on lockdown our first year because we even attracted a certain uninvited individual. But by the time we were seniors, we knew it was the beginning of the end, so we enjoyed every single moment just a little extra. Singing Sweet Caroline at a pep rally, getting soaked by water bottles and sweat at a homecoming dance, and watching our friends shine at a performance. From screaming at the top of our lungs at a football game with the West flag soaring above our heads, to sobbing with our best friends and teachers at breaking down the walls, we found comfort in West and the people that made our house a home. Now, after also becoming the first class to experience an unconventional end to our senior year, we would give anything to go back and hug our teammates and annoy our favorite teachers and walk through West's crowded halls during a passing period just one more time. But in spite of this setback, we've been a part of every single first and milestone at the school. The class of 2020 is filled with athletic superstars with state and national titles, academic scholars setting high bars, Ignite students pursuing their passions, and creative artists excelling in our music and art programs. Years from now, I hope you'll remember Bentonville West as your forever home, because it sure isn't forgetting you. Now, there's only one right way to end this, and it's so perfect that you might want to consider getting it tattooed on your forearm. No matter where life leads you after today, academically and personally, take each new challenge with confidence, be kind, and as Dr. Guthrie always says, do work you can be proud of and have a great day.